Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
You are watching the Varsity Media Network, home of all sports here in Nassau County and across Long Island. Today, the site, Cold Spring Harbor High School. The sport, girls lacrosse. It's going to be the Cold Spring Harbor Lady Seahawks with a 5-1 record taking on the Fairport Red Raiders, who come in at 2-3. Both of these teams, playoff teams, state-level champion teams, and today they face off here in Cold Spring Harbor. I'm Robert Anderson, bringing you all the action here today at Cold Spring Harbor. Fairport Red Raiders taking a 7-hour bus ride to come down here today and battle on this lacrosse field, so they are ready to rock and roll. Leading Cold Spring Harbor, their 7th-year head coach, Mara Karp, JV in 2018. And from Long Island, she played at Northport High School, and she's ready to lead her team. She knows that she's got a handful today as she faces off against Fairport and their coach, Mara Karp, Fairport's coach, Cold Spring Harbor's coach, Danielle Castellane. In her 19th year, she played at Hofstra and coached there for a year. So these two teams facing off here again. It's 50 degrees at game time, and we're going to be bringing you the lineups. You see the teams out there getting ready in their warm-ups, and we've got players to watch on both teams. First for Fairport, it's number 16, Kate Patterson. Kate is the senior midfielder. She's not going to be joining us on the field today. She got sick. Possibility she might come in later on, but she is key on the transition, a basketball player, one of those high IQ players. And then their star, Ella Pierce, the senior midfielder. She's got 10 goals and 2 assists on the year, 12 total points. Pierce, a leader on the field and off, and she's going to have to do without Kate Patterson today feeding her, but we expect big numbers out of Ella. And then on the other side, for Cold Spring Harbor, loaded with talent, we've got Maggie Spare. She's a senior midfielder, 10 goals and 3 assists on the season. Maggie just coming off a nice deep run in the basketball state championships. And alongside of her, the young sophomore attacker, Olivia Malata. Olivia with 12 goals, 7 assists, also coming off a state championship basketball run. Olivia is a feisty player on the court, on the field. So much fun to watch. Her coach has high hopes for her, not only this season, but for many years beyond. So Cold Spring Harbor, again, a high offensive attack. And up top there, you got Maggie Spare. In addition, we didn't have her posted up there, but Ryan Reynolds, another star on this team, number 20. She's a midfielder, someone that we're going to watch out for today. And another thing they rely on is a very deep defensive team. So let's take a look at the starters today for the Fairport Red Raiders. And you can see up on the attack, Olivia Barczewski and Cameron Dubose. as well as Aubrey Caruso leading the scoring up top. In the midfield, it's going to be Brenna Goss, Ellie Miller, Ella Pierce, and Megan Arcerio. Defensively, they roll out with Sadie Palma, Julia Stewart, Madison Van Gorder, Lucy Sisson, and their goalkeeper today, all-star Marissa Test. You can take a look there. Test with 20 saves on the season, and although 37 goals against, Test is an absolute star. Going on to the University of Cincinnati, coach said that she's unapologetically herself, a big leader on the field, and she was a half-year starter last year. She takes the reins now. And on the other side, we'll introduce you to the starters for Cold Spring Harbor. And for Cold Spring Harbor, up top the attack, so Ruby Spielberger and the aforementioned Olivia Malata. Two of them are going to be all over the field. They can finish. Midfielders, Ryan Reynolds, captain on the team, Maggie Spare, Kelly Callahan, and Sienna Koch and Riley Miller. Defensively, they have got a monster defense there in Michelle Coles, Rachel Louie, Zoe Soskin, and Mackenzie McGraw. And then in between the pipes, Maya Soskin. Take a look at that one. That is a New York State champion, leader on the board, over 600 career saves. She's now top of the leaderboard in New York State, and she already had the position of tying for the most saves in a game at 21. And there you get a picture of Maya. They were ready for Garden City with those balloons. And there's a great picture of Maya with the 600, 604 career saves, looking to build upon that. Plenty of continue to grow at that title, but make sure no one else catches up to her. And now we're going to cut out to the national anthem. We're going to bring it on the field with Joe Giannotti, and you're watching here on Varsity Media.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash! What a way to end the third quarter!
As West barks out the signals. West is going to keep it himself inside the 5 to the goal line. Touchdown! Touchdown, Southside.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For the latest news in high school sports, be sure to check out varsitymedia.net or follow us on social media @Varsity Media.
Starting goalie for Fairport, a junior, number 33, Marissa Tess. The head coach for Fairport is Mara Karp. Her assistant is Liz Monty. And now, here's the starting lineup for the Cold Spring Harbor Seahawks. We start with a sophomore attack, number 1, Olivia Malata. A senior attack, number 2, Sienna Koch. A senior attack, number 14, Ruby Spielberger. And a senior attack, number 10, Riley Miller. The starting midfielder. Midfield, we start with a senior midi, number 8, Kelly Callahan. A senior midi, number 15, Maggie Spear. And a senior midi, number 20, Ryan Reynolds. The starting defense. We start with a senior number 3, Michelle Coles. A senior number 6, Zoe Suskin. A senior defender number 7, Rachel Louie. And a senior defender number 17, Mackenzie McGraw. The starting goalie for Cold Spring Harbor, a senior number 30, Maya Suskin. The head coach for Cold Spring Harbor is Danielle Castellane. Her assistants are Rory Malone and Ryan Towers. Ladies and gentlemen, before we begin, will you please rise and remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Thank you, and please be seated. The officials for this afternoon's contest are Steve Sunzenik and Angelo Carroll.
We are back in action here at Cold Spring Harbor High School on the Varsity Media Network, and we're going to give you the keys to the game after speaking of both coaches. For Fairport, it is going to be own the draws. If we start with the ball, we're going to be able to control the ball, have quality possessions, use that shot clock, which is new. We'll talk about that throughout the game. Defensively, make sure we work as a unit because we know that Cold Spring Harbor can bring it. For Cold Spring Harbor, playing the unknown. Fairport coming down. This is a team that they're not used to watching, not used to playing. It's a big test for them here, a playoff-type test. Set the tone, control the pace. It's our field. Let's make it our game and revisit that state vibe. Let's get up for it. Fairport traveled a long way to be here today. Let's make it worth their time and worth ours and go out there and battle this game out. So once again, 50 degrees, sunny here on Long Island. Absolutely a beautiful day. And on the field, we've got our referees, Steve Sunzenik and Angelo Caro. Only two of them today speaking to the officials. They said, we wish we had a third. With the shot clock now in play, it would be very helpful. And this year, the first time the shot clock is implemented in high school lacrosse. What does that mean? 90 seconds, you got to get a shot off. And why is that exciting? No more killing the clock at the end of the game with 1-goal leads. These teams have to shoot. Speaking to both coaches, they're very happy with the implementation. Most coaches that I've spoken to, very happy with it. It forces teams to have some solid offensive sets and get those shots off, challenge the keeper, and it certainly changes the flow of the game. But both officials have to handle what's going on the field as well as watching that shot clock. A lot of pressure on the scorekeepers, timekeepers now, too. They got to make sure that those referees give the big signals because determining a shot in lacrosse is a lot harder than basketball. So, again, 50 degrees, absolutely a gorgeous day here for Cold Spring Harbor and Fairport. Fairport coming down here and saying we want to play a team that's going to challenge us and also create that playoff vibe. And we're going to get ready now for our face-offs. Oh, and it looks like a little change down there. In the middle, it's going to be Ella Piers. She's got a 55% draw percentage. Piers a star on this team. And then Ryan Reynolds at 42%. And it looks like they flipped it to Sadie Palmer is now down in front of the draw circle. So a little switch in action there. Piers playing off the ball. Oh, it is Ella Piers. We got a little correction again. So Ella Piers is down low. Looks like an 8 from up here. So Piers at 55%, and again, she is a star on this team. Ella Piers, the do-it-all player, leading in most categories. And we'll see who's going to come up with this draw. Referee backs out, and it looks like it is going to go the Fairport way. And they will have control of it to begin. That's going to be Brenna Goss controlling it out of the backfield. Both of these teams looking to dictate pace early on, moving the ball up and down the field. Good pressure there by the Cold Spring Harbor defense. Megan Arcerio, and then dished out to Aubrey Caruso. Caruso, we're going to keep an eye on her, number 11 for Fairport. She likes to play out of the X position. She's a righty. Sets up a lot and can ride the crease. Brenna Goss. Goss decides to dish it off. And a shot down underneath, and that's going to go wide. It was Ella Piers taking the first shot. And the officials are going to stop the play. The ball got caught underneath the net, it looks like. So Fairport not showing any signs of fatigue from that long bus ride. They are moving right now, creating a lot of pressure in the offensive zone. 35 on the shot clock. Played back to Megan Arcerio. Arcerio, a nice pass underneath that shot, and it's a save by Maya Soskin. Her first save of the game, and that was Caruso underneath. So 1 for 1. Maya Soskin, make it number 605. But a really nice play there, as you saw Fairport get underneath and get that first shot of the game. And they're going to pick it up off of the check, and it's going to go the other way. So Fairport right now has come to play. Again, a long bus ride showing absolutely no ill effects. They stretch their legs out, and they are ready to rock. It's Madison Van Gorder losing the handle on that one. Number 25, Van Gorder, the captain on the team. And here comes Cold Spring Harbor back the other way. It's Riley Miller. And now Cold Spring Harbor setting up their perimeter. Very deliberate with the ball right now. Fairport looking like they were bringing it with their legs early on as Cold Spring Harbor just tried to set up their zone. Good checking in the back there. Here's Kelly Callahan. Callahan looked like she was going to tee one up instead. Passes it down low. That shot by Maggie Spare. And a save by Marissa Test. So both goalies going at it right now. 1 for 1 on either side. Looks like the wind is kicking up down there. As you can see, the leaves blowing around, what's left from the fall. And here comes Fairport. So again, one of the noticeable absences for Fairport today is number 16, Kate Patterson. We had her teed up as one of the players to watch. She got an illness and is going to be out. She's a captain on this team, a senior. Basketball player and one of the key players there. Nice save there by Soskin. So again, that's going to be Kate Patterson. She's going to Niagara. And one of the players they count on to get into space and make some big things happen. That shot goes wide. Down low, it was Piers. And Fairport continuing to bring pressure down low. Nice little spin move there by Megan Arcerio. She gets that ball out to DuBose. DuBose down low. Underneath, and a quick turn shot there. It looked like it was Ellie Miller perhaps getting that one off. Floated over the net. She's back in front. And that shot's a score. Fairport on the board first. That was quick. And I believe it was Ellie Miller. But we'll take a look on that replay there as Miller taking that initial shot that floated over the top. And here's another look. Ball comes down low. And it is Miller who has the first goal of the game. And what a play that was. Bang, bang. Miller had a shot, floated wide, and then immediately recovered behind the net for the Red Raiders, who find Miller again, and she gets that first goal of the game. So Miller right now asserting herself right outside that crease and doing a heck of a job. She's a big body. Miller is a commit to Florida State. She takes a lot of draws on this team, a high IQ player. Coach said she works really well in space and knows how to cut and finish, and you saw that there. She's also the kind of kid that you'll see on the defensive side in a big game when it's tight. So Ellie Miller, a star on this team. Again, Florida State commit. And she's responsible for the first goal of this game. DuBose wins that one, and Fairport continuing to mount their attack. And now with the 1-goal lead, pacing themselves a little better, here's Brenna Goss. Goss gets tripped up, and it looks like we're going to have our first free position shot. Should be Goss.
Number 2, Brenna Goss.
And we'll take a look here. She did get a little contact in the head. It looked like they were going all stick the whole time. And here's Goss coming in. And we've got a whistle on the play. No shot.
At the leader, Ella Pierce.
And now it's going to be none other than Ella Pierce from the free position right up top. See how many steps she takes before she unleashes this one. Pierce right to the net. What a save there by Soskin. Her third of the game and make it number 607. So early in the game, Maya Soskin's getting some action, and she is coming up big. And now Cold Spring Harbor looking to try to generate something offensively. We'll see if they change the pace of this right now. Again, for the most part, they've been trying to set up down low. A couple turnovers that have costed them offensive opportunities. And we're going to look for some big numbers there. Maggie Spare, one of the ones who got the shot so far on net. Reynolds also capable. She's got the ball now. Gets it down low. That shot, score! Ryan Reynolds with the assist. And it's Lila Long with the goal. Long jumping in there. So we'll take a look here. Reynolds gets that ball down low to Long. Long, a laser beam. Tess throws out the leg to the right. But it gets past her, and we got this game tied. And what a shot there by Lila Long. So we are knotted up at 1, and Cold Spring Harbor making the most of their opportunity down there. Long did not get the start. Initially slated to start the game. And she's got the first goal. So I'll tell you about Lila. She's just a sophomore, and she was filling in for Ruby Spielberger. She was on the state soccer team and lacrosse. She played last year as a freshman. And her coach said she's a Swiss Army knife. She made herself very noticeable. And for a sophomore to crack this lineup is not easy, but showing why she belongs on that offensive attack. Just a beautiful play. Here comes Fairport back the other way. Can't connect on that one. Looking for Piers. And it's going to go back the other way. Here comes Sienna Koch. Koch with the long pass over the head of Ruby Spielberger. Spielberger's going to give chase, but to no avail as Fairport will pick up and go the other way. So it's a classic April day here in Long Island. Windy, sunny, probably freezing in the shade, but always warm in the press box. Some physical contact down low. Cold Spring Harbor's going to pick it up. It's Reynolds. Reynolds gets it out to Long, who finds Mulata. And look at Mulata go. This is what she does on the basketball court, too. She's just an absolute savage out there. Tenacious, reckless in a good way, especially on the lacrosse field. I got to see a lot of Olivia Mulata in the playoffs for this Cold Spring Harbor basketball team. And she is so much fun to watch. Down low, that shot, nice save there by Marissa Test. Her second. So Maggie Spare, 2 shots so far, but can't pass the test. Marissa, 2 saves. And here's Mulata. Mulata's going to find some space. Pass down low. Shot, score. What a pass by Mulata and finished by Ruby Spielberger. And that's a beauty. And again, you see the absolute tenacious effort of Mulata. Look at her go. Mulata down low. 2 defenders descend upon her. She finds space. Boom, Spielberger makes it look easy. She gets her first goal of the game. And again, you could see what Olivia Mulata is all about there. She had that turnover, ran. 2 defenders start descending down upon her. And she manages to put it there, and there she is, Ruby Spielberger, number 14. She had mono, and she was out for a while. She missed some time. Coach said she is the fastest on the field. So although Fairport has definitely dominated time of possession, it's Cold Spring Harbor on the scoreboard, 2-1. And now Fairport looking to even the score. They are an athletic team. I'll tell you, those legs are moving the entire time. Aubrey Caruso. And now they're playing it out of the X position. Brenna Goss on the reset. She's going to come running in, head full of steam. Decides to dish it off. Pass back out in front, and a nice shot there by Cameron Dubose. It's wide, but a good opportunity there. She bounced it, and I like that look. Another bounce shot there, and a save by Maya Soskin. And I believe that was Piers on the shot. So they are now trying to bounce him. They're trying to go low on Soskin, and you got to like that idea. Ryan Reynolds, head full of steam. She takes a shot. Boom, easy. Ryan Reynolds doing what Ryan Reynolds does. She's got that goal unassisted. So a goal and an assist now for Reynolds. And it's 3-1 Seahawks. Let's take a look. Reynolds, pass 1 defender. In between 2, takes that shot, threads the needle, and hits the twine. Ryan Reynolds, a heck of a shot there. And you can see, again, the athleticism of Reynolds as she split that defender and then managed to get it between the other 2. Now, this is a kid who's committed to Maryland. She's an all-Long Island basketball player, a state champ, an all-county lacrosse player. And she is the player everybody targets on the field. She takes draws, she plays defense, she can score. She's as versatile as you get, and Coach said probably her greatest asset, humility. She's an unselfish player, and you saw that on the assist. But when she had that opportunity there, she said, this one's for me. 1 goal, 1 assist. 3-1 in favor of the Lady Seahawks. 2:20 remaining on the clock. Fairport trying to set themselves back up. It came out strong, and now the scoring touch for Cold Spring Harbor. And again, Soskin, the one that is definitely responsible for this as well. She's made 4 saves in this game, and 2 of them absolutely stellar. Saskia now at 608 career saves, just padding that record. And we had that nice look of her with her big 600 balloons there in the last game versus Garden City. Bittersweet. She broke the record, but the first loss of the season for the team against that Lady Trojans team. And they've got a heck of a week. We'll talk about their week. Choosing to squeeze Fairport in between Garden City and Manhasset is a confident Danielle Castellane. There's Ellie Pierce. She's going to take this free possession shot. Good look there at Pierce. She decides to pass out in front for Goss. Goss is going to hit that reset button. Goss looking for a pass down low. But Pierce was looking in the X position. Pierce is going to back off. We're under a minute left. That one's picked up by Megan Arcerio. Arcerio with a shot. Nice save there by Saskia, and her 5th of the game. It almost rolls in on the follow-through. And how about Megan Arcerio there? I mean, what an effort. Arcerio takes the shot and then follows it up, almost knocks it in. She got up looking for a call. She was a little confused on contact. But tip of the hat to Arcerio as she's challenged Saskia really well there on the first and the second. So 5 saves in this first quarter for Saskia, 2 for Test. Here's Mulata. Mulata gets it down low and wide open. An easy one for Maggie Spare. And how about Olivia Mulata with her 2nd assist? So Spare in a simple position, but let's just take a look here. Look at Mulata again. 2 defenders, floats it over the top, finds Spare, and Spare, boom. Scores the goal. So 16 seconds left, and there's going to be a timeout called here by Fairport, but let's just talk a little bit about Olivia Mulata. What a heck of a job she did down there. 2 assists on this, and for a youngster to show that kind of poise and be so unselfish, you can't beat it. And there we get a look at the huddle. And again, the huddle led by head coach Danielle Castellane, her 19th year. And for Cold Spring Harbor, 9 county championships, 7 Long Island championships, 3 state championships. And in that huddle with her, and you can see the arms crossed over there, the guy with the red hoodie, that is the head coach of the basketball team, Rory Malone. And Rory working with Danielle on the lacrosse field as well. So Rory just had a state run with a bunch of these girls. And now he's on the lacrosse field. And he's one of the coaches that works with the draw. As a look at Rory, and next to him, Coach Tower, Rory Malone. Congratulations, Rory, on a heck of a run there. He works with the draw unit, and he oversees most of the general responsibilities. And I'll tell you, this guy just can't get enough of his championships. Also with them is Ryan Tower, the varsity girls soccer coach who lost in the state finals. And he's their goalies coach. So when you've got Towers, who is the girls state soccer coach, Rory Malone, girls basketball coach, went to the States. That is a lot of talent on that coaching staff who know how to win and set themselves up. Great job by our camera guys getting Rory in there and Danielle. So with 16.2 seconds, we're going to have this draw. Fairport coming off that timeout. And that just might have been like a little, mental reset with 16.2. Try to decide how they're going to handle these last 16.2 seconds. And then they will be going into the quarter. And Fairport just absolutely getting smothered there. Piers, and then Ryan Reynolds on her back. It's going to be a call. It's going to be possession. Piers with 6 seconds left, and this should just take us out. Here comes Piers. She's going to have time to get that shot off. No. So Saskia makes the save regardless, something she has done 5 times in this first quarter. And as we head out, we're going to take a look at that last goal that Olivia Mulata set up, and it was Mulata, a little floater to Spare, and Spare's no time. She knocks it in right past Marissa Test. Folks, it is Cold Spring Harbor 4, Fairport 1. You're watching all here on the Varsity Media Network. We'll be back with all the action after this.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
It's time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast and get on the big stage. A Varsity Media Sportscast is seen by thousands of people, both live and on demand, from friends and family all over the world to prospective college coaches. Our announcers will help tell the story of your team and your athletes. There is no bigger stage to be on than Varsity Media. Book a sportscast today by contacting Varsity Media.
And we are back on the Varsity Media Network, folks, and the save of the game is going to be brought to you by Breakout Goaltending Group, Long Island's longest-running goalie-exclusive training program, serving boys and girls elementary through college age all year round since 2004. And today's Breakout Save of the Game winner is going to receive a certificate for good for one complimentary lesson with Long Island's finest Breakout Goaltending Group. You can visit them online at breakoutgoaltending.com. And let's take a look at it. It's Maya Soskin dropping to her knees. Pierce comes in. Soskin down low, makes that stop on the bouncer. And, folks, that's not easy. No shin pads on. She goes down to the ground and makes sure that she covers that 5-hole. And that is your breakout goaltending save of the game. Maya is going to get a complimentary lesson with Long Island's finest. And I bet you Maya could probably give a few lessons the way that she plays goaltender. But she's got 5 on the day, and she's going to earn an opportunity to work with a goaltending coach for free, courtesy of Varsity Media as well. So here we are back at Cold Spring Harbor, about to start the second quarter. 4-1 in favor of Cold Spring Harbor. This is a non-league game. It was Garden City for Cold Spring Harbor and Manhasset coming up tomorrow. So Coach Castellane wanted to make sure this was going to be a rigorous week off. And rigorous it is. They are playing some of the best they're going to see all year in these couple days. And that Manhasset game, you can come right back here on Varsity Media joining us to bring you that game as well. So it is a Cold Spring Harbor girls lacrosse couple days there. And now let's take a look at some of the college commits for Cold Spring Harbor. They've got quite a few. There's Maya Soskin. She'll be going to Florida. Michelle Coles, Cornell. She's one of the bright ones on the team. Rachel Louie will be in Rochester. Ryan Reynolds, Maryland. Maggie Spare going to Middlebury. University of Chicago for Kelly Callahan. Sienna Koch, Villanova. And Riley Miller going off to Scranton. So a lot of talent there graduating this year and committed to the colleges. Fairport's got a few too. We'll tell you about those a little later on. So again, it is sunny. Breeze kicking up here on the North Shore of Long Island. And we'll see if the Fairport Red Raiders can get back in action. Cold Spring Harbor on the scoreboard and starting to gain more possession as this game goes on. Fairport came out guns a-blazing. Time of possession certainly in their favor throughout. And then all of a sudden, Cold Spring Harbor shook off the rust. Do you think they had the 7-hour bus ride? But once they shook it off, my goodness, they've been in the driver's seat. Lots of talent there to watch. Here's a drive to the net. Brenna Goss, and that one goes wide.
The shot by Brenna Goss, number 2, goes wide.
So Maya Soskin, 5 saves in the first quarter. Marissa Tess got 2. And it was Maggie Spare finally scoring against her. The 2 saves against Spare prior. That one down low. A nice bouncer shot goes wide. That was Olivia Bartoszewski.
Ellie Miller goes wide. Ground ball picked up by Maya Soskin.
And here we come back the other way.
The clear by Rachel Louie, number 7.
So Cold Spring Harbor now setting up down low. And Cold Spring Harbor doing it offensively. They got a great defensive core as well. And you can see how they, Maya Soskin having complete confidence in the young ladies that play back there with her. And now here comes Fairport back the other way. Madison Van Gorder. Van Gorder, pure athlete on this team. Van Gorder going to Penn State. She's a captain on the team, number 25 back there.
Van Gorder with the ground ball.
And back the other way now, Fairport. Van Gorder gets it down low. The bounce shot. Brenna Goss again. This one wide. Just too much of a bounce on that one and goes up over the head of Maya Soskin. So Goss finding some shooting lanes, finding opportunities, but unfortunately not getting them on net at the moment. Fairport now taking their time, trying to set things up. Again, they have a 90-second shot clock now implemented. Coming out of the X position, pass out in front, not able to connect. And here comes Cold Spring Harbor back the other way, Maggie Spare. Spare came a-blazing out of there. So that 90-second shot clock, again, implemented in high school sports. And last year, you know, having no shot clock, you started to see games, a lot of delay at the end. And now teams are forced to bring the offense and at least take a shot. They can collect their own rebounds, but no more delays and much more excitement to the game. Ryan Reynolds now. She dishes it off. And it's Kelly Callahan. Gets it down low to Ruby Spielberger. Spielberger, one of our goal scorers on the day. Now the counter to the 90-second shot clock is that when there are blowouts, teams can't delay. They've got to shoot. So if there's a lopsided score, it may get even worse because you have to shoot with the 90-second clock. So that's the argument against. But for the most part, everybody is for it, especially come playoff time. Nobody wants to see 3 minutes of running in circles, 4 minutes and running in circles. They got to take the shot. Ryan Reynolds has a shot, and that one just off the mark. Tess looked like she was ready for it, but that one goes a little bit wide, Reynolds. Here's Mulata. Spinorama galore down there. Spielberger gets it down low. The bounce shot from Sienna Koch. And how about that? Sienna Koch, the 5th goal scorer, 5 goals up on the board. That'll be Koch's first. And let's take a look at it. That pass down low, the bouncer, and it's a Koch and a smile. Sienna Koch makes it 5-1. So that bounce shot just absolutely perfectly executed. And Marissa Tess now seeing all kinds of different angles.
Taking the next draw control. Ella Pierce.
So you look at it, 5 different goal scorers so far. The Seahawks giving all kinds of different looks. Koch scored the last one, but you got Ruby Spielberger, Lila Long, Maggie Spare, and Ryan Reynolds all up on the board. And that tells you everything you need to know about this Cold Spring Harbor team. So Sienna Koch, she's going to be going to Villanova. Oh, Reynolds with the win. It's coming back the other way. Reynolds head full of steam. She's coming in. Back pedals off. A little dodge to the right. She sends it down low, and that shot by Maggie Spare. And Tess makes that stave high. So what the coach says of Sienna Koch, steady Eddie on the team. A seasoned senior on this team. Big finisher. Her and Riley Miller play off each other very well back there. So Koch with the 5th goal. And now here comes Fairport.
Clear by Sisson.
Down low, and Fairport trying to get something going. Soskin put a little bit of pressure there on Olivia Bartoszewski. And now Cold Spring Harbor getting the turnover. That was the Fairport way early on in the game. They were forcing turnovers, and now back the other way. Ellie And here's Lila Long, who just checked in. She's on the board today. It's Kelly Callahan, and a turnover there, and Test is going to pick it up. So I believe it was Sadie Palmer with a nice little check there to get the ball off the stick and roll right over to Marissa Test. Palmer, field hockey player as well. She's a lefty, has a great shot, and that field hockey certainly helping out on the lacrosse field. And that turnover now goes to Cold Spring Harbor way. Here's Sienna Koch. Turns out finds Riley Miller. So again, just mentioning Miller and Koch work very well together. And moving the ball well down low. Definitely more deliberate in their pacing now. Here's Riley Miller. Miller bounces one. Marissa Test makes her fourth save of the game. So they are trying to get everybody in on the scoring action now. Looked like they were deliberately setting Miller up there. And why not spread it out? You know, we'll see how Coach Castellane decides to handle the staffing as they move on throughout this game. They do have a big one tomorrow against Manhasset. That's a league game. So with a 5-1 lead, you're still going to roll your horses out there, but you don't want any injury. You don't want to burn anybody out. It is April break, so everybody's got time to sleep in tomorrow. It's not a school day. But I'm sure Coach Castellane will be checking in on everybody and making sure their legs feel good and they're ready to roll for a big day tomorrow. And it's going to be another turnover and back the other way for Cold Spring Harbor. And that was Michelle Coles on the turnover there. Coles, one of the solid defenders back there. Coach says she's very creative. She's going to Cornell. She's a basketball and soccer player, which means she was in the States for both. High IQ player. And Coach said that Coles and Louie back there are like frickin' frack, the two of them together. Rachel Louie wearing number 7, big crease defender, field hockey player, Lax. So we got to talk about the defenders all the time there, and a heck of a defensive team back there for Cold Spring Harbor. And here comes Fairport going back the other way. Brenna Goss. Goss has had some really nice scoring opportunities here in the second quarter. Just unable to get them on net. But Goss showing athleticism down there. Some contact there, and Ella Pierce is going to get the reset. So Fairport now, they're getting a little shoelace tie as they move the ball around. No need to stop when it's in the backfield. And here's Ella Pierce. Again, some noticeable absences for Fairport. One of which is Kate Patterson, one of the stars on this team. She's out sick today. So that's a tough break here for Fairport and for Cold Spring Harbor. They were hoping to see her. Nice shot down low there. Ella Pierce doing what Ella Pierce does. Her first goal of the game. So after scoring early on, Fairport now gets on the board 5-2. And how about that shot by Pierce? You got to like how she set that thing up. We'll take a look at it here. Pierce, look it up high and then changes the sight line, takes it down low, and that's how you score against Soskin. She was thinking high, changed the sight line, brought it down low, and a laser beam down low. Nice shot there by Ella Pierce. It's now 5-2 in favor of the Seahawks. So in addition to the loss of Kate Patterson, which is a big deal, I can tell you that Coach Castellane wished she saw Patterson. She also wanted to see number 4, Lily Condis. Condis is a Boston College commit. She tore her ACL last year and has not played this year yet. She's slated to start playing soon, thinking about the end of April, and she is a massive piece for this team. Since her injury, she's been another coach on the sidelines. As a matter of fact, I was talking to her before the game. Coach is like, you know, she's so important to us on the side. They didn't even want to send her up here to maybe talk with us for a little bit. So Condis out, Patterson out. This is not the full Fairport squad. They knew about Condis, Patterson, a last-minute scratch. And again, it makes a difference. In talking to Coach Castellane, she was disappointed. She wants her girls up against the best. Here's Reynolds. He gets it out. And contact there. Looks like it's going to be a free position for Kelly Callahan.
At the 8-meter, number 8, Kelly Callahan.
So Callahan with the free position from the 8-meter mark. Callahan yet to get on the scoreboard. Can she be scorer number 6? No, she's going to turn and dish it out to Reynolds, who finds Spielberger. Spielberger down low from behind the crease, coming across Miller. Back to Callahan. Reynolds gets interfered with. They're going to say there was contact on the hand. Pierce with the infraction. And here comes Reynolds. Reynolds already a goal and assist in this game.
1 minute of play in the first half. 1 minute.
And we're under a minute. Here's Reynolds. She's going to take that shot high. Oh, my goodness. Marissa Test couldn't even move on that one. She's got her second goal of the game. Ryan Reynolds off the free position.
It's her second goal of the game.
And we'll take a look at it. Reynolds just a few steps in. The deke to the right, and that shot, not a chance for Test. That was an absolute rocket into the top left corner. And Reynolds now with 2 goals. The first one to hit the double-digit mark, the 2 mark. Everybody else individual. So 6 goals on the board, 5 different goal scorers. Reynolds twice. She's got 2 goals and an assist in this game. And it shows you how dominant Ryan is. Again, Ryan, basketball, state run, all Long Island basketball player. And coach said she could take over a game. I saw it on the basketball court, and whether it's the hardwood or the turf, Ryan Reynolds, an absolute stud of an athlete. 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Cold Spring Harbor 6-2. Just when Fairport looked like they were getting back in the game with that second goal, Cold Spring Harbor notches another. And Fairport looking to set something up here, try to get one before they run out of time. 10 seconds out from behind the crease. Almost a nice shot there for Bartoszewski, but she gets tied up. The reset and the shot off by Pierce floats over, but not in time. And that is going to end the first half of play here at Cold Spring Harbor High School. The Seahawks against Fairport, leading by a score of 6-2. And we're going to take a look at one more goal. Here's the Ryan Reynolds shot off the free position. The deke to the right. The shot over the left hand of Marissa Test. And that's how we're going to take it into this halftime, folks. You're watching all the action here on the Varsity Media Network. We'll be back after a few words from our sponsors.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media Sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash! What a way to end the third quarter.
Look at this. Merrill. No slide. No problem. Gary Merrill goes top corner.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
He's got room to go. Merrill towards the end zone. Lost his lid. Touchdown!
JJ Damo, face-on, stay-on athlete. Controlling the face-off X 3 in a row now.
Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for upcoming schedules and content, and on social media @Varsity Media. High school sports fans, Varsity Media is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Championships. To live stream fall, winter, and spring championship events, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Now accessible on smart TVs. Varsity Media is your home for the Nassau County Championships.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
For all the latest Varsity Media updates, including our game schedules, be sure to follow us on social media at Varsity Media, the home for New York high school sports.
The mission of the Long Island Metropolitan Lacrosse Foundation is to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards for all participants through annual initiatives including targeted grants, scholarship programs, lacrosse educational clinics, and events to raise awareness and resources in support of the game. The LIMLF Board of Directors strives to represent all aspects of lacrosse across the Long Island and New York City. Our board consists of men and women who coach and or volunteer with teams from the youth to post-college levels, along with referees, umpires, organizers, managers, parents, supporters, and other dedicated lacrosse people. We can meet monthly to respond to the needs of their lacrosse constituencies. Currently, there are 12 members on the executive committee, 30 directors, and 12 associate directors. All of these dedicated volunteers work to spread the positive spirit of lacrosse and support the highest ethical standards of the game. That's the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation, and there's programs that they support and organize. They got the Shootout for Soldiers on Long Island, the National School Girls Team Long Island, Hall of Fame outreach programs, Lax Like a Girl Tournament, High School Unsung Hero Awards, the High School Founders Cup Awards, scholarships, 9/11 Memorial Farmingdale State, Long Island Metro Cup, the NCAA Division I game, wheelchair and special needs lacrosse clinics, USAL Level 1, 2, and 3 coaches certifications, official observation programs, and they support all local youth organizations, including the Nassau and Suffolk PAL leagues. That's the Long Island Metro Lacrosse Foundation, doing fantastic things for the sport of lacrosse. And we're back in action here. Cold Spring Harbor, North Shore of Long Island, for the Fairport residents that traveled downstate for this day. Both teams excited about the opportunity to play the unknown, create that playoff vibe. Who knows, maybe they meet each other down the road, but both of them preparing for bigger things past the regular season by participating in this game today. So the sun's starting to dip a little bit here, getting a little chillier down on the field as the wind kicks up. You can see Old Glory blowing out there.
Ground ball picked up by Julius Stewart, number 14 of Fairport.
And now here comes Fairport. So it is 6-2 on the scoreboard in favor of the Lady Seahawks. 5 different goal scorers for the Lady Seahawks. And Maya Soskin, 5 saves. Pretty quiet second half of Fairport. Only one of those shots, one of those saves happening in that second half. So Fairport now trying to use that athleticism, get something going over here. And I can tell you in the half, I'm sure it was Coach Mara Karp telling her team to remind them of the words that they have memorized: commitment, resilience, accountability, passion, character, and discipline. They repeat it regularly. And right now they're looking to show a little bit of that resiliency and passion and character, all of the above, as they try to come back on in. A really beautiful steal there by Cold Spring Harbor. Back the other way, Reynolds gets it down low. Looked like it was going to be a shot. Spielberger picks it up, back out in front. And Reynolds with this shot and save by Marissa Test, her fifth of the game.
Possession to Fairport.
So Ryan Reynolds cutting down low, looking to create the hat trick there, but Marissa Test says no, no, no. So last year, Fairport was the team that won their section. They were state champs in 2023 and a finalist in 2024. And Coach said that they were just peaking at the right time, and they know what it means to pursue excellence beyond the goals and what they do on the field. And one of those things was to build the toughest schedule they possibly could, hence their journey to Long Island. Here's Goss. Passes it out to Caruso. Head full of steam. Piers runs into a wall, dodges out of it, makes that pass over to Megan Arcerio. And a shot wide.
Number 9, Megan Arcerio.
And she's going to get a free position shot here. Arcerio puts the thumb up. See what that means. It means pass. Peters, couple roll dodges. She spins out. Cameron DuBose. DuBose with that shot. Nice save there by Soskin. And how about Cameron DuBose? Coach said she's got a great shot. She's lightning fast, and you saw Bolt there. Fast to get into space, and what a great shot. Problem is she ran into Maya Soskin.
Clear by Spear. Reset the clock, shot clock.
Okay, and the officials looking to reset the shot clock down low.
It was an offside call. The offsides by Fairport results in a shot clock reset.
So there's going to be a little shot clock reset and a timeout as shoelaces get tied again.
Wide. Shot by Malata goes wide.
So Malata takes that shot. It goes wide. A lot of chaos out in front. A laser beam by Reynolds. And Test makes her sixth save of the game. But what a shot there, man. You see Reynolds' strength on that one. She was leaping in the air and managed to get that shot off. Absolutely incredible athleticism there by Ryan Reynolds, who's now going to have a shot at it, and that one goes wide. That's not going to happen often on a free position.
Goes wide. Fairport ball. I guess maybe that was it. Maybe they called it before the
So Fairport bringing that ball down quickly in transition. And there's Brenna Goss again. She's kind of quarterbacking everything back there. Goss, a really excellent athlete. That shot is a laser beam and a goal there by Fairport. And it looks like it's going to be Cameron DuBose. We just talked about her on the last shot and said you can't beat Soskin. Well, that time she did. What a shot there. As she cuts in and absolutely a perfect shot put into the corner. Cameron DuBose. She couldn't beat Soskin on the last one, but that time she found a way to get it through. It's now 6-3. DuBose cuts that lead in half. And what a name, Cameron DuBose. She sounds like that name should be in a book somewhere written by Edith Wharton. Just what a classic name, Cameron DuBose. So it is now 6-3 in favor of Cold Spring Harbor. Fairport trying to get themselves in this thing. I didn't ask Coach if they were going to stay the night or take that long bus ride back, but
the win for Piers.
They've got a long journey home. They want to make the most of their time down here. Here's DuBose again. DuBose tries to pass it out back to Bartoszewski. Bartoszewski wearing number 20. She's a lefty senior back there. Going to Mount Union. Coach says she's a weight room beast. Is that Olivia Bartoszewski, and also in the best way called her the class clown. Says she knows how to keep it loose down there and have a lot of fun. She's one of the players that gets her teammates locked in and can lighten things up quickly as well. Number 20, Olivia Bartoszewski. She's working off of Cameron DuBose. So the two of them trying to create some offense down there.
by Reynolds.
Goss has been the one working that transition the most. She's wearing number 2. And Goss, coach said she's got a high motor, intense competitor. And you can see it out there. But right now it's Cold Spring Harbor. Nice dodge down low there, breaking in through Kelly Callahan, unable to get the shot off, and Fairport picks up the loose ball. And here's Lucy Sisson. Sisson, just a freshman on the team. She's wearing number 7 out there, and coach said she's a hell of an athlete. She can get all the tough matchups, and she's a lockdown defender, great feet. Only a freshman on this Fairport team. Again, that's Sisson wearing number 7 out of the backfield. Here's Goss. That shot interfered with, floats over wide. Nothing called on the play. Goss getting up, took a look, hoping for something, but here comes Piers. Down low, what a shot! Oh my goodness!
Fairport goal, second of the game, scored by number 18, Ellie Miller.
And that's Ellie Miller with the finish. What hands she showed there. Absolutely incredible. Piers gets that pass down low, and in one swoop, Ellie Miller gets that ball in the back of the net. And that is hand-eye coordination 101. My goodness, Ellie Miller going to Florida State. And they got to be happy taking a look at that goal there. Ellie Miller can play both sides, and coach said she can get into space and finish, and that's what you saw right there. I mean, that was no thought whatsoever. Piers lobs a pass in, and in motion, the shot gets past Soskin, and it's now 6-4. Here's Mulata. She gets it down to Callahan. Callahan behind the net, and looks like Riley Miller now controlling the ball. What a great effort here. Fairport coming out really strong in the second half. And again, commitment, resilience, accountability, passion, character, and discipline. Olivia Mulata, some nice moves. She dekes in a dodge. She's going to get knocked down. A little bit of a hard push there by Ellie Miller. And it's going to be a free position for Mulata. Now, one of the things you got to like, there she is, Olivia Mulata, and I'm telling you, if you saw her on a basketball court, she's the player that you either love or can't stand. She is absolutely a fireball out there. What a shot. Great save there by Marissa Test. But she is such a pest on the basketball court. You can see it on the lacrosse field. Mulata, just such an intense player. And what's nice about her game as she matures is she's starting to draw the fouls instead of get them. It was her moving around down there in space that drew that foul and that opportunity. Unable to capitalize, but she keeps doing that. What a bright future this kid's got. And speaking of bright futures, it's Goss that brought that ball down. She's just a sophomore for this Fairport team. Couple substitutions on the fly for Fairport. Piers dishes down low. Miller with that shot. And a big save there by Soskin.
The shot by Miller. The 7th save for Maya Soskin.
So Miller is just all over the place. She's got 2 goals and she's 4 shots on net. Miller is a great athlete. And again, folks, Fairport playing a little undermanned right now, missing 2 star players. And the other one stepping up, Miller, showing her chops. And we're going to have a timeout called by Cold Spring Harbor.
teams have 1 timeout remaining in regulation.
So it is 6-4. It's a timeout by Cold Spring Harbor. They're going to collect themselves and figure out offensively. But in the meantime, let's introduce you to what they call the D room. When they were in Cortland, these four were in the room all the time together. It's Michelle Coles, Mackenzie McGraw, Zoe Soskin, and Rachel Louie. The four of them making up the D room. And Coach said that it's Maya Soskin trusts them so much that when they are together, she knows that she's in good hands. One of them, her twin sister, Zoe. And for Michelle, again, freaking frack with Rachel Louie, the two of them. Speed, transition. Maya trusts them so much. Zoe Soskin, Maya's twin. And she has stepped up quite a bit since last year. Great communication. Mackenzie McGraw, soccer basketball champ. Undecided on college at the moment, but they make up the D room. They got that nickname over in Cortland. And look at Rachel Louie getting all her information. Creative defender. She's off to Rochester. Not too far from Fairport. And she'll be playing field hockey and lac speedy transition player, a senior, and Michelle Coles, right-hand partner. And she's locked in down there, just as that entire defense has been pretty locked in. Fairport getting two up on the board, but okay, and we're going to take a look at what Cold Spring Harbor's got on deck tomorrow, right here on Varsity Media. They're going to be playing Manhasset. It's going to be a 1 p.m. start. Then they're playing Southside on the 22nd at 5 p.m. Seaford at home, 5 p.m. as well. And then at Massapequa on the 29th at 5 p.m. So that is quite the lineup. Again, they played Garden City on Monday. Fairport today, Manhasset tomorrow, and they are in the grind. This is the battle test at the moment. And for Fairport, they're going to be playing at home versus Hilton. That's on the 21st, the 29th at Pittsford. And then Arindaquat on the 1st. And Penn Yan on May 3rd. So they've got 4 games coming up as well. You take a look at Fairport, and how about those coaches? You got Mara Karp, her 7th year. She was JV in 2018. And right out of college, she played. She was from Long Island, Northport. And she played at the University of Rochester. And her assistant coaches, she said, you got to shut them out. Liz Monty, a former All-American, played at Maryland, class of 97. She was a Team USA player. Her name was Liz Downing, if you look up her accolades. Her husband's a coach on the boys' side. Fairport, class of 2020. Anthony Yandek, an experienced coach, has a daughter in the youth program. And her JV coach, Christina Yakuzo, played for High Point, class of 2015. So she's got a great staff with her as well. Cold Spring Harbor with a whole bunch of championship coaches. And on the other side from Mara Karp, she's got a staff full of lacrosse heads. And again, anytime you got a former All-American on your staff, you can't go wrong. Immediate respect, knowledge of the game on the high school level and beyond. And we looked at those college commits, some really great schools that these kids are going to. Lacrosse opening up so many doors for so many female athletes. And now here's Olivia Malata trying to set up. So we'll see coming out of the timeout what Coach Castellane has in order. Callahan gets it back to Malata. So maybe trying to figure something out of the X position. Hasn't been much work behind the crease. There's Malata out in front. Couldn't get the shot through. And it's going to get credited as a save for Test.
Final minute of play in the third quarter, 1 minute. Fairport ball.
So the first time that you've really seen Cold Spring Harbor work from behind the net, and it was Malata, and why not? Taking it from behind and trying to get that quick shot riding the crease. And here comes Goss the other way. Look at the wheels on Goss. The sophomore end-to-end. She gets tied up. That was the only way you're going to stop her. My goodness, Brenna Goss.
At the 8-meter, Brenna Goss, number 2.
Coach said she's one of the best at the dodge. She went end-to-end there. She's going to get an opportunity here, and my goodness, she earned it. Just a sophomore. Let's take a look. Goss from the free position. Couple quick steps and a nice save there by Soskin. She went straight to the net.
The shot by Goss and the save by Soskin.
Soskin picks up her 8th. It looks like Goss might have just taken it too deep. Should have taken that shot maybe a little earlier. As she got closer, it just closes the gap a little bit, gives Soskin more of an opportunity to make that save. Here's Reynolds down out in front. That shot. Oh, that's the end of the quarter. And at the end of 3 quarters, it is 6-4 in favor of the Lady Seahawks. And you'll see Lila Long getting that last shot wide. She's jogging it off with her teammates.
And the Fairport Red Raiders.
Folks, we are watching all the action here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back here for the 4th quarter after this.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Parents, your support means everything to your athletes and to us at Varsity Media. To help us continue bringing you the best YouTube coverage of high school sports on Long Island, we invite business owners to consider a sponsorship on our broadcasts. If you own a business, consider a sponsorship for your athlete's team. It's a great way to show support, gain visibility, and keep the coverage going strong. Join us in making a difference. Contact Varsity Media today to learn more about broadcast sponsorship opportunities by emailing ben@varsitymedia.net. When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
And we are back here at Cold Spring Harbor High School. You're watching all the action on the Varsity Media Sports Network, and we've got lots more to bring to you. As you take a look here, it's going to be Spalding and St. Anthony's Boys Lacrosse on the 17th. That's a 12:30 start. Manhasset and Cold Spring Harbor. Girls Lax tomorrow, 1 p.m. I'll be back here at Cold Spring Harbor. Massapequa and East Islip Boys Lacrosse on the 17th that evening at 5 p.m. And then we're going to take you to the week of the 22nd, Cold Spring Harbor and Wantaw. Boys Lacrosse at 5 p.m. Syosset and Farmingdale. Boys Lacrosse at 5 p.m. And then we round it all out on the 24th, 4:30. Chaminade and St. Anthony's going to the Catholic school. So lots of sports happening. And one of the ones that's not up there, we've got Holy Trinity and Kellenberg baseball coming up. I know there's all lacrosse, but you want to jump back on here at 4:30. A heck of a rematch there between Trinity and Kellenberg. Some great pitchers on both sides of the ball. It's going to be a lot of fun. That game at Holy Trinity, 4:30 start. And again, if you can't get enough of this Cold Spring Harbor girls lacrosse team, you'll see them tomorrow versus Manhasset, and that is a rivalry, a heck of a matchup, a league game. Coach Castellane setting up this big non-league sandwich between Garden City and Manhasset. That's brave. So 11 and a half minutes, and we'll see what happens. Fairport, a pretty dominant third quarter, scoring 2 goals and starting collectively to set themselves up for scoring opportunities. Not easy to figure out Soskin, who's got 8 saves. And we got contact down low. That's going to be a charging call against Fairport. Don't see that often. And Arcerio gets that ball, and Fairport now coming back. So now Fairport trying to collect themselves. Cameron Dubose dishes it off to Pierce. Pierce gets it down low. Miller with a shot and a save there by Maya Soskin. Absolutely incredible. And probably the most impressive of the day, her 9th. So Marissa Tess with 8 saves, 9 for Soskin. And let me tell you, this game could be tilted in the other direction if it wasn't for Soskin. She's made absolutely incredible saves. That one off a surging Ellie Miller, who's already got 2 today. Probably could have 4 or 5 if it wasn't for Soskin. And that's why if you're Coach Karp, you got to watch this game and just be very happy with your team. It is not for lack of opportunity and quality shot that they're not winning this right now. It is simply that Maya Soskin's in the net, the state record holder in career saves. And there's a shot. Malata finally hits the back of the net. She had 2 assists. And now you can give Olivia Malata her first goal of the game, and she is pumped. Right after that, she does the flex. There it is, the ball down low. Malata, little sidearm, changes sight lines, goes down low, and the flex. She is stoked. And you got to love it. She certainly deserved it. She missed on that free possession, but she gets her opportunity. And that's a big goal. 7-4 now, making it a 3-goal lead. Malata 2 assists prior to that goal. And a really nice goal there by Olivia Malata.
Ground ball for Goss.
So now it is 7-4 in favor of the Lady Seahawks. We've got a little under 9 minutes remaining in this game. And Fairport, who has been doing a heck of a job putting pressure down on this defense on Soskin and the D-room, unable to convert. That's a heck of a shot there by Cameron Dubose, and another sensational save for Maya Soskin, her 10th. Make it 614 for the career. And what a shot by Dubose. Again, Coach Karp, you have got the talent. You just are up against one of the best goaltenders you're ever going to see. But between Miller and Dubose, they are getting shots off, man. It is Fairport putting forth a great effort, just unable to get it past Soskin. Olivia Malata, the one who scored the last goal, she dished out to Callahan. She gets that shot, kind of trickles its way through, and we've got a little contact with the head. And that'll be a whistle. Looked like it was incidental. And we'll take a look here. She was holding her head. Oh, and then a second poke in the face there. That was tough. So it looked like a little head contact and then a second little jab. And you saw Megan Osario go down there and check out her teammate right away. Speaking of Osario, she just got stripped but then connected again. A lot of contact now. Cold Spring Harbor is starting to get a lot more physical in this game. Piers was driving and it looked like a little contact with her in the dome. And here comes Piers just cutting through. Hot knife through butter. She dishes that one off. And Dubose.
At the 8-meter, Cameron Dubose.
Dubose is going to have a free possession now. Nice close-up of Dubose. Goal scorer on the day. Camera guys bringing you the best we got. And DuBose a rocket. She solves Saskia, and that's her second goal of the game.
Fairport's number 22, Cameron DuBose. For DuBose, it's her second goal of the game.
Cameron DuBose off the free possession. My. There she is, up high, down low. And Saskin just can't get to that one. So they answer right away after the Mulata goal. The free possession. And Cameron DuBose.
At the X, Pierce versus Reynolds.
So 7:15 remaining on, 6.5 on the clock.
Cold Spring Harbor ball.
And Cold Spring Harbor is going to take this one off the draw.
Stop the clock. Grab a card.
And the officials are going to the pocket.
2 minutes.
And it's going to be a yellow card assessed against Ella Pierce. She'll be on the sidelines for 2 minutes. And we'll take a look there. Pierce.
And reset the shot clock, though.
Maybe on the way the stick's way up. It made a little contact there, but that's a tough one. As her coach goes over there, just puts her hand on her shoulder and said, all right, we're going to get you back in this thing. But having Pierce on the sideline, not something Fairport wants. Here's Ryan Reynolds. She's got 2. Dishes that out. Callahan. Long. There's Maggie Spare. She's got 1 on the board also today. 7 goals, 6 different goal scorers for Cold Spring Harbor. Mulata joined the party on the last one. And a nice play there by Lucy Sisson to create the turnover. And how about Sisson, the freshman, getting in the way of that one, and exactly what you want to do to kill some time to get Pierce back on the field. Very impressive, Sisson. Lucy Sisson, again, just a freshman out there. Goss, just a sophomore. Fairport's got a bright future with 2 potential stars on this team, already stars.
I know. They're acting like they're playing.
Here comes Goss. The speed on her, and what a shot. Oh, my goodness, Brenna Goss. Absolutely sensational play there. She gets her first. And my goodness, she has done nothing but create speed in this transition. And that time, take a look at this one again. Like a hot knife through butter, boom, and that shot a laser beam. Soskin leaps. She didn't get a good eye on it. And you got to tip your hat to the sophomore, Brenna Goss. She's done everything today. She's got wheels. And my goodness, what a finish there. It is now 7-6. This is a 1-goal game, folks, and Fairport just turning it on. Fairport came out of this game in the beginning, guns a-blazing, and then she maybe showed a little fatigue or whatever was going on, but Cold Spring Harbor stepped it up, and now Fairport in the second half of this game has really taken control, and that goal with Ella Pierce sitting on the side for 2 minutes. You got Mulatto on one side creating chaos, and she's all over the place, a fun athlete to watch. And then her counterpart, the sophomore, Brenna Goss, on the other side. Just so much fun watching these young ladies.
Cold Spring Harbor ball.
And now Cold Spring Harbor has the ball. Good pass down low. Miller. You got Maggie Spare set up behind the net. Pierce back out on the field. And there's Looked like Sienna Koch thought she had a shot, but then the ball was out. And now Fairport, a lot of pressure here. There's Koch putting pressure on now, trying to keep them pinned down. And then Tess gets that ball out. Here comes Goss, the lightning bug. Look at her go. Oh, my goodness, another gear. Bowls her way through, and that call's going to go against her, and that's a tough one. It looked like there's a little footing going on there, too. I don't know that that was a clear charge, but when someone falls backwards, you're going to get it, and that's a shame, man. Goss came in at a nice pace, turned on a second gear. Looked like she was going to go for it again. But between Mulata and Goss, man, the battle of the sophomores between these two, just incredible. The energy that they bring to their teams. So right now, Cold Spring Harbor, look like they were in the driver's seat for a while. 7-6, they're up by 1. And there's 3 minutes remaining, but with a shot clock, there'll be no dilly-dallying. This game's got to move. And this is what the shot clock's all about. It's games like this, 1 goal difference, and these teams have to shoot. Here's Mulata. And that's how, what a save there off of Maggie Spare. Spare cuts in front of the crease and takes a nice shot, but Test kept her eye on it the whole time. And a heck of a save. And I'll tell you, Tess has had her eye on Maggie Spare. Spare's had a few opportunities. And the one person she makes the most incredible saves against seems to be against Spare. Turnover there. It's going to be Fairport. That could have been a huge turn. Oh, and it is. Cold Spring Harbor picks that one off. Oh, and a little contact there for a second. Julia Stewart, number 14, thought she had it for Fairport. But now with 2 minutes remaining, this is where you could kill 70 seconds and force Fairport to go the other way. So do they take a shot and just run the clock down? I don't know that it matters. So we'll see how Cold Spring Harbor chooses to handle this one. Reynolds gets interfered with, and they're going to call that against Pierce. Okay, and you can see the contact there. She came in hard. Pierce is tough, man. She's already sat with the yellow card and came close to another one there. Here's Ryan Reynolds on the free position. Reynolds in. And a heck of a save there by Test.
The shot by Reynolds, the save by Test.
That is her 10th save of the game. Both officials now in the double digits. Fairport needs to really hold on to this ball.
You don't need the shot clock anymore.
They've got to be careful. A minute left. Shot clock does not matter at this stage of the game. And it's a very smart timeout there called by Coach Karp.
Timeout.
And there's Brenna Goss.
Second and final timeout of regulation. That's what I think so too.
All right, folks, now is a great time to book a Varsity Media Sportscast. Our professional announcers bring the stories of your athletes to life, highlighting their accomplishments and the hard work behind every game. With Varsity Media Sportscast, you can keep fans, family, and alumni connected, even when they're far away. It's a perfect way to showcase your athletes and create lasting memories for everyone involved. Reach out now to book a Sportcast at 516-403-2050. Again, that's 516-403-2050, or email Ben at varsitymedia.net. Nothing but professionalism, the best you're going to get on the production and camera side. And there is that Fairport huddle. Coach Karp has got them circled up. 59.1 seconds on the clock. And how about those Fairport Red Raiders going off to college? Marissa Tess going to be at the University of Cincinnati. Olivia Bartoszewski is going to be at Mount Union. Ellie Miller, Florida State. Ella Pierce is going to be up in Syracuse. Sadie Palma over in Cortland. Madison Van Gorder at Penn State. And Kate Patterson off to Niagara. That's a pretty impressive lineup there. Penn State, Cortland, Florida State. My goodness. Both sides have young ladies going off to some great college careers. And although college is in their sights, the only thing that matters right now is the next 59 seconds. Fairport has solved Maya Soskin 6 times out of 16 shots. And now they've got 59 seconds to try to tie this thing up. So that D room for Cold Spring Harbor, Coles, Louie, Zoe Soskin, and Mackenzie McGraw are going to have to buckle down and connect with Maya Soskin to try to keep this game a 1-goal lead. But, folks, you've gotten everything you could ask for as far as this game is concerned. Lots of action, lots of shots, lots of scoring. And now it's going to be about possession, taking care of the ball. And see if they can get that shot off that's going to count. Pierce getting double teamed right now. Look at the defense doing a really nice job face guarding there. Pierce doing everything she can to try to find someone.
Down to 30.
Dubose, the one you wouldn't mind having. Pierce rolls out. She coughs up the ball, and we're going to have a free position. And this is where you can see the coaches all have their hands on their head on the Cold Spring Harbor side. Like, oh, my goodness, what happened here? A big opportunity here for Fairport. Charge to the net, Pierce. And she scores. This game's tied at 7. Ella Pierce ties this game up. And, again, this is why coaches put their hands on their head. A tough foul. Pierce in the squat, barrels through 2 defenders, all muscle, gets that shot through, and passes Maya Soskin. And, folks, on paper, I mean, this is as even as it gets. The scoreboard tied at 7. Both goalies, 10 saves out of 17 shots. It is a battle back and forth, and Ella Pierce, no surprise. She sat for 2 minutes, collected her breath, made a game plan, and there you go. Just like that, this game is tied up at 7 apiece. Cole Pierce, the do-it-all leader, and she leads in most categories, led an assist last year. She's a captain. And again, her coach said that she is a clutch player. There it is. One thing Cold Spring Harbor did not want to do was expose Soskin on a free position, and that's where they are. "20 seconds on the clock. And we're going to get another restart here on the draw. And now here comes Mulata. 10 seconds, some heavy contact there with Mulata. And that's going to end 4 quarters of play. We are tied up at 7. So we're going to collect ourselves up here in the booth. Folks, you're watching the Varsity Media Network. We'll be back after this with overtime.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Varsity Media is now opening up our schedule to any team looking to be on a sportscast. Watching yourself on camera is okay, but hearing your name on a Varsity Media sportscast is like you're a pro.
And look at this opportunity. Feldman behind. Jersey pulled. Feldman! Feldman!
The loose ball, Keyshawn White has it. He's just going to let it fly. Oh! Keyshawn White from half court. That is cash! What a way to end the third quarter.
Look at this. Merrill. No slide. No problem. Gary Merrill goes top corner.
Varsity Media offers sports coverage for any sport, and our coverage airs live and on demand so everyone can watch the game. Now is the time to be a star on Varsity Media. Contact us to book a sportscast today at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net. You're watching Varsity Media, New York's high school sports network.
Hey parents, Varsity Media is now offering ISO video of just your athlete. Why settle for the wide angle that shows every player on the field? With our ISO video, your athlete is front and center the entire game. This footage will help in creating highlight videos for college coaches to better pinpoint your athlete's play on the field. Watching our video will help your athlete improve progressively throughout the season and may lead to a college scholarship. Varsity Media is now booking ISO videos for the spring, but spots are limited. Contact us today for lacrosse, baseball, softball, and tennis by calling 516-403-2050 or emailing ben@varsitymedia.net.
So Varsity Media ISO, parents, Varsity Media is now offering close-up video of just your athlete. This film pinpoints your son or daughter's play, helps them to improve throughout the season, and makes for a better recruiting video. Included in our ISO video, we'll post highlights of your athlete on our social media with over 70,000 followers. Spots are limited. Reach out today. Again, that phone number is 516-403-2050, 516-403-2050, or email jeff@varsitymedia.net to set up your ISO video for your athlete. An absolutely incredible offering, and only made possible with the wonderful people like Michael Scrow and Kevin Catalanato and Becca Kazaks producing, and that's how you get all these wonderful shots of your student athlete. Speaking of shots, we've seen quite a few so far. 10 saves for both goalkeepers. 7 got past them. So we are tied up at 7. And that's the magic number. Fairport, a 7-hour bus ride. And they get to go to overtime. So you could bet that Coach Mara Karp doesn't mind overtime when her team's the one that tied it. She probably doesn't want to hit traffic on the way home, but overtime while they're on the turf isn't so bad. And the way this is going to work, folks, is that we have 3 minutes per period in overtime. And it is a golden goal situation, meaning whoever scores wins. For Fairport, this could be a turnaround game for them. You can see them in the huddle. They're very happy, regardless of how this day goes. You take a long bus ride down to Long Island, you're down, and you have a massive comeback and score with under a minute against a goalkeeper like Maya Soskin. What a day. Down 2 star players and absolutely battling to get this game to 7-7. And for Cold Spring Harbor, this is going to be about their resilience. They had a lead, and now currently they're tied. They're on their home field. They've got a huge game coming up tomorrow, probably the last thing Coach Castellane wanted to deal with was an overtime game the day before they play Manhasset. But you still want that win. As much as you probably want to rest your athletes, especially your starters, this is one you don't want to give up. So a really big overtime here. Again, golden goal. It's going to be Reynolds and Piers in the middle, taking the draw. It has been a team effort on both sides. Both goalkeepers, sensational, Test and Soskin. And then individual efforts. I mean, a whole bunch of different goal scorers on both sides. Really impressive play by the sophomores. Again, Cold Spring Harbor's Olivia Mulata and Brenna Goss out of Fairport. And then the Stars doing the things that the Stars do.
Fairport ball.
2 goals apiece for Ellie Miller and Cameron Dubose for Fairport. 2 for Ryan Reynolds on Cold Spring Harbor. And somebody is going to turn out a hero in this one. 2.5 on the clock. So Fairport in possession of the ball right now. It is now 50 degrees here. It's windy, but the sun's still out. Fairport from behind the crease. It's Bartoszewski. Bartoszewski cutting. And she gets the ball knocked out. I believe it was Michelle Coles getting the stick on there. Cole's part of that D room. .25 on the shot clock. Goss with the ball. Goss tries to connect, but it's cut off by Ryan Reynolds. Reynolds and scooped up, coming back the other way. Rachel Louie with the ball. She's going to pass that ball back to Soskin, and now Cold Spring Harbor with the possession that could be the end of the game. Maggie Spare transitions. That pass up to Reynolds. Reynolds taking it herself. She gets contacted by Miller. Spins back out. So like Reynolds is going to drive to the net. Some good contact there by Miller. She has to turn that ball around. Here's Mulata from the back. Mulata, some nice dodges, roll dodge out to her left.
Final minute of play in the first overtime.
And only 1 minute left in this first overtime. Shot clock with 46 left. And a big turnover there. A nice job by Ellie Miller to strip that ball.
Miller. The ground ball and possession for Arcerio.
So Arcerio picked up that ball, and contact on her is going to keep that going. But a real nice strip there by Ellie Miller. She really does everything on both sides. And Florida State can't wait to have her part of the team. Lucy Sisson, the freshman, dishes it off and peels back. Under 30 seconds left. We're at 20 seconds. From out behind, Ella Piers, a nice cut. She's bouncer. And it looked like it. Soskin going to get credited with a save there. That pass out in front. And Soskin's going to pick that one up, and that should kill the first 3 minutes.
That is the end of the first overtime. The score is still tied at 7.
So 1 overtime in the books, and we're still knotted up at 7. These 3-minute overtimes go pretty quickly.
3 minutes, another period.
And we're going to tack another 3 minutes on. Yeah. So it's going to just switch sides, and we're going to continue with play. The 3 minutes flies by. And again, when you look at a 90-second shot clock, that 90 seconds is half the overtime. So we'll see how this game unfolds. But the overtime, And here's the draw. Pierce knocks it back. Mulata getting a nice job to get in position. She goes down, picked up by Goss. So Goss and Mulata battle, and the stick up. Contact with Goss.
Yes, 100%. Absolutely. With 3 officials, that will be called.
And Fairport now possessing the ball. Every offensive possession now. Coaches watch with bated breath.
Okay, we have a timeout.
And that's going to be a timeout called by Fairport.
Double overtime.
So there's 2:16 remaining up on the clock right now. It's going to be a timeout. Tied at 7. And again, every offensive possession, you can see the defensive coaches sitting there holding their breath. The next one is going to end the game. And the one thing both teams are counting on is incredible goaltending. Maya Soskin, we already know, 600 saves. She's now the career New York State top of the leaderboard. She's also tied for the most saves in a game with 21, so she's up there. But Marissa Test making an argument for how good she is as well. And with Test, she kind of had an interesting story. Last year, she was half the starter because of an injury. So she came in and was started for half a year due to an injury, and then came in this year, and coach said, hey, now this is yours. You won it last year. This is going to be your team. Coach said that she is unapologetically herself. She's a leader. She says what she wants. She goes out there and lays it all out on the line. She's going to the University of Cincinnati, so she'll be in Ohio this time next year. And Marissa Test absolutely going pound for pound, punch for punch with Maya Soskin. Soskin now with 11 saves. She's at 615 career-wise. Marissa Test got 10 saves. Both of them relinquishing 7 goals apiece. And honestly, of the teams, the ones in a tougher position would be Cold Spring Harbor. Cold Spring Harbor, they might be the home team. They don't have to take the big bus ride home, but they have Manhasset tomorrow. And they're in overtime right now, so even though they don't have the travel, they've got their starters out there for a double OT, and they're battling one of the toughest competitors they're going to face all year next year in a game that matters to the league.
Okay, here we go. 51 on the clock.
And we are back in action. Again, you're watching it all here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Bringing you this game tomorrow, and we're going to revisit Cold Spring Harbor versus Manhasset right here on this field. So they're hoping to get a good energy out of this. Here's Cameron DuBose now working the ball for Fairport. She's got 2 goals on the day. She's going to Albany. And there's DuBose coming out from behind the net, passes out to Goss. Goss fires one just over the net.
The shot by Goss. Cold Spring Harbor ball.
So Cold Spring Harbor is going to pick it up on that possession. The sophomore trying to make some noise and finish this thing up. She's had a heck of a game. And we've got a little over a minute and a half remaining in this second overtime. And Cold Spring Harbor now setting this thing up. And that's going to be now a timeout called by Coach Castellane.
And Cold Spring Harbor.
We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back after this with the remainder of the game. You're watching on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
When it comes to live streaming, Varsity Media does it all. Athletic events, concerts, musicals, graduations, even weddings. Trust Varsity Media when it comes to your live stream event. Contact us today to learn more about Varsity Media's live streaming services at 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
So that timeout taken by Cold Spring Harbor gave us a little bit of a timeout as well. And there's a minute 18 remaining now in this second overtime. The implications for both teams are pretty simple. For Fairport, they took a long bus ride. They made a big comeback. They're in overtime. And I don't know if that affects their traffic schedule, but they've had a long day here in Long Island. For Cold Spring Harbor, the overtime means that your starters are still playing, and you got a big game tomorrow. So really the implications for both different. And for Cold Spring Harbor, you know they want this win. They had the lead the entire game and a pretty substantial one. And then Fairport just chipped away, and owned the second half of this game. And Cold Spring Harbor coming off a tough loss to Garden City. So this game means a lot that way, too. It's a psychological game. You got your first loss of the season to Garden City. You don't want to get a second one in this non-league, as good as these competitors are. You want to keep this thing going with a win and flip the switch before you go and see Manhasset tomorrow. And I know I'm like a broken record, but that Manhasset game, 1 p.m. here at Cold Spring Harbor and here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Here's Ryan Reynolds. We'll see what kind of game plan they came up. Reynolds down in front, and it's a goal! And it looks like it was Maggie Spare with the winner, the overtime winner. So they went to the drawing board, and they said, let's go senior to senior. And we'll take a look. Reynolds dishes it down low to Spare, who gets that shot over the top of Julia Stewart and buries it. And it's the Lady Seahawks winning it 8-7 in overtime. So a great timeout call by Danielle Castellane and a good game plan. And these young ladies are going to be going back at it tomorrow. There she is, Maggie Spare, all smiles. So, folks, it's Cold Spring Harbor in double overtime, winning by a score of 8-7. We want to thank you for joining us here on the Varsity Media Network. For executive producer Ben Turchin, our technical director and producer extraordinaire Becca Kazax, for cameramen Kevin Catalanato and Jeff Damo, I'm Robert Anderson. You're watching all the action here on the Sports Media Network. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock. Thanks for joining us.